October was the gateway to a new era for the 3DO company as they announced a $100 million financing deal with Panasonic parent Matsushita Electric Company. Under the agreement, Matsushita will have exclusive rights to the M2 systems and technology, but they do have the option to sub-license the technology to other companies. What does this mean for the average consumer? Besides injecting some much-needed capital into 3DO, we finally have confirmation that Matsushita will produce an M2 unit and upgrade card for current 3DO owners by the end of 1996. No word on pricing as of yet, but we will keep you posted. With its own rap music video, 3DO's Captain Quasar is coming together nicely, scheduled for a holiday release. We've now had a chance to play a 75% complete version, and it looks like a real gem. Using claymation video segues and a music video with the chorus, "Quasar, he's here to save the day, Captain Quasar, don't get in his way," you'll trounce through 3 worlds, the desert, jungle, and lava, while trying to rid the world of crime. In an interesting twist, players are actually able to interrogate suspects and gain key information about the terrain, such as the location of the boss character. The actual levels look varied in design, and the 3D isometric perspective works well for an action-oriented game. Some of the interesting features include scalding steam that rises from vents, speeding minecarts to avoid, and electric floors which can fry Quasar in a second if you're not careful. Rumor has it that 3DO will be selecting Captain Q as their new mascot, so look for a large degree of marketing support to accompany this title upon release. In the end, Captain Quasar's large grimace will probably transcend the TV and land on your face later this fall when he leaps onto the 3DO. From the cartoonish world of Captain Quasar, we hit the drug-ridden streets of New York City for Snow Job, another new game from Studio 3DO. Starring Tracy Scoggins from Dynasty and Lois and Clark, the game is much more than a full-motion video title, as it has 360-degree freedom in a 100% video reel environment. If you're familiar with Apple's QuickTime VR technology, this is similar in nature, providing a much more realistic feel than that of animated first-person adventures. With over 50 different game environments and 30 interactive adventure puzzles, Snow Job certainly doesn't look like a flake. We hope to have additional information on this title next month. In the day and age of multiplayer games, Battlesport from Studio 3DO is probably one of the most ruthless 3D combat sports games since the Roman gladiators. This futuristic tank sports game pits players against each other in large arenas, vying for the ultimate goal of destroying their opponent. A head-to-head split-screen mode exists for 2 players, and the ability to customize your 30-ton battle tank adds extra excitement to the arena brawlfest. If you don't have a friend to face off with, there are 10 smart computer opponents to face in over 12 arenas with day and night settings. Overall, cross-multiplayer Doom with Namco's Cyber Sled, and the result is a bulking tank of a game, Battlesport. Long awaited and long publicized, this 3D adventure has finally arrived. No, it's not the 11th hour, but rather Studio 3DO's Killing Time, which is best described as a hybrid between Doom and The Seventh Guest. The story entwines the player in a Conway Island estate circa 1930, where hostess Tess Conway and her guests vanish without a trace. Now you'll explore the mansion in a first-person perspective as the story unfolds before your eyes, ears, and fingers. The 3D engine is well-versed, including the ability to look up and down, but quite slow at times with a poor frame rate. Thankfully, the game overcomes the low frame rate, in part due to excellent production values with full-motion video that advances the story. Although the overall goal is to defeat menacing ghouls and ghosts, there is an adventure aspect with inventory items such as keys and winged vessels. The vessels have special magical powers that can aid your quest. Weapons include a .45 caliber nickel-plated revolver, flamethrower, and machine gun. Nonetheless, the game overcomes the mold of mindless 3D shooters, thanks in part to the engrossing storyline. Killing Time warps the player into a new realm, and it's a very immersive experience despite the slow 3D engine. Overall, a quality title in terms of story with moderately impressive technology. Not many games are profound enough to simply name themselves by one letter, but Panasonic's D is one of those select few. Named D's Diner in Japan, the name has been abbreviated for the US market, but thankfully the game has not been drastically changed. It's the year 1997, and a mass murder occurs at a hospital in Los Angeles. One man, a distinguished doctor, suddenly starts to hold patients hostage. He's been transformed into a mass murderer. You assume the role of his daughter, Laura, trying to uncover the mystery behind what has happened to her father. Unfolding in real time, you have 2 hours to complete the game. The actual graphics are intricately detailed in 3D, especially the character animation of Laura. The interface is simplistic as you navigate through the hospital. It's important to note that this is not a fluid 3D game similar to Killing Time, but rather a series of canned video sequences similar to The Seventh Guest. Still, it's a very impressive title which truly captures the atmosphere of the adventure. The puzzle nature of the game is well thought out, and Laura has a magical hint mirror available, but it will shatter after 2 uses. On the downside, there's no save option, so you'll have to replay the quest multiple times to successfully complete it, which should take just under 2 hours. D is a simplistic name, but an intriguing game with smashing graphics and haunting mystery. American Laser Games' Drug Wars is arguably their best full-motion video shooter, where you assume the role of a DEA officer fighting an international drug cartel. You'll start with the small-town dealers and eventually progress up to the drug lords in South America. Can you say stereotypes? It's vital that you purchase a 3DO game gun to properly play this title, as the control pad just doesn't do it justice. Nevertheless, Drug Wars is a formula full-motion video shooter, but one of the better ones.